right. Let's see if anybody jumps in live. I kind of do this on a regular. Every 6 months, I come in and do a little class about detoxing your home. And so today is the day. So if you are joining, this is going to be about 25 minutes. So you may want to just hit like save, or if you can't stay for the whole live, then you can come back and watch it when it's convenient for you. But there is going to be a lot of great information. So welcome everybody. Hey Becky, I'm sure you are back at home safe and sound. So, all right, so detox your home. And first off, I'm going to share why this is kind of a big deal to me. So, because it's great to talk about products that are safe for our home, for our kids, for our pets. But for me, it is much more of a personal story because it started years ago. One, I was on antidepressants for over 16 years. There's a time and a season for that to happen. But for me, my season needed to end because I was diagnosed also with cutaneous and systemic lupus. Thank you. This pink is kind of a newer color for me to wear, so thank you. So I was diagnosed with both cutaneous and systemic lupus, and my doctor said you needed to get off of this antidepressant to see if that was actually causing the issues I was having. Anyway, to make a long story short, that is what was rather my wake-up call to realizing that there was something not functioning well with my body, and how did I want my future to be versus how I was living then. So I started asking a lot of questions. What am I breathing in each day? What is on my skin? What am I washing my clothes with? What am I cleaning my house? What kind of makeup am I using? All of these questions, right? What's plugged into my walls? What am I burning, from my favorite candle company? All of these questions. And if I hadn't started learning about that and made some changes, I would not be here looking like this, because if you scroll back, there are many pictures. I had lesions on my face. I was unable to really do a lot of physical activity. I just had a lot of things happening with regard to my lupus. I was able to wean off of my antidepressant, and so that is a great thing. And here I am. This has been a 13-year journey, but I will tell you, I haven't had symptoms from my lupus in almost 9 years. So I just want to say, when we make some of these changes that maybe seem silly, they're not silly. Our body needs clean products. They cannot be, thrown up a bunch of chemicals on us. So anyway, so that's where I kind of started and where I get a little passionate about this. So I didn't change everything overnight. So I want you to think, oh my gosh, I can't do that right now. It's small shifts made over time. That's everything on this platform that I talk about. It's always about small habits, small shifts, not big resets, because we want things to stick. We want them to be something that you can sustain, right? So healing didn't come from one product, but I will tell you, my body was more able to heal when it wasn't fighting against ridding itself of these toxic products that I kept using. So anyway, so this is not about scaring anybody, but this is about educating, right? Knowing what we're using in our home so that we can make the best decisions for us. So let's talk about a few things, and I've got some notes here to keep me on track, you guys, because I can rabbit hole off. So this word fragrance. So it is a big loophole, and it is hidden. Literally, if you went and picked up a product, you could probably turn it over and there is a word fragrance. But here's the thing, it's a loophole. It can legally hide dozens of chemicals in that term fragrance. They do not have to disclose that. And often in those ingredients are phthalates, and you do not want phthalates in your home, but they're not required to be disclosed when they use it under the term fragrance. So if it just says fragrance, we just truly don't know what it is. So common ingredients as well that you really want to be avoiding or being very careful. One, bleach. Okay, so I don't use bleach in my home anymore. I haven't for, gosh, I don't think we've had bleach for over 8 years. You can still have white things in your house without bleach, friends. So, but bleach is a lung irritant and it triggers asthma. Okay, it's very toxic. Ammonia is an issue for respiratory irritation. Phthalates, which I mentioned, are hormone disruptors. You guys, we have so many hormonal issues happening that we do not need to add that in at all. Parabens, they mimic estrogen. So not only for men, but women, we do not need more estrogen flooding our body. So we want to be really careful with that one. And then VOCs, that's indoor air pollution. When things are emitted indoors, it's crazy. So did you know that your indoor air can often be more polluted than what you're breathing outside? And that is sad. So you have to take intentional action to keep your air clean on the inside. So a couple things with that regard to the air quality. And I will say, I am guilty of these things, but I have changed my ways. Okay, so first off are plugins that you plug into your wall, right, into your electrical unit, and it heats up, and then you think, oh my gosh, this is such a great smell, right? It's a scent, and it's covering else, whatever else is the odor there, but it's heating synthetic fragrance. Some of those things are actually petroleum. It runs 24/7, so you don't have a break. It's not like there's an off and on switch. It releases those VOCs constantly. So it's constant attack on your body. So what you're inhaling, it's just intense. And then we usually use them in small enclosed spaces, right? So that's not occasional exposure. That is constant exposure, okay? So that's your first one, plugins. The second one, which is really sneaky too, are candles, okay? So I went for over 12 years without burning candles in my home because I discovered that many are paraffin, paraffin is actually petroleum based. So it's like taking a jar, putting some oil in it and a wick and lighting it. Like, would you do that? No, we're not going to do that, right? But it's like hidden and in this, fancy way. So paraffin is no, it releases soot and it has altered fragrance compounds, mostly all synthetic, that are released into your air. And strong scents usually mean they are synthetic. And so that to me, I am very sensitive now to fragrance like that, especially the synthetic fragrance, now that I've only had natural fragrance in my home. So something to be aware, if you get headaches from smelling that is probably you are sensitive to that, those synthetics. So candles, if you are wanting to burn candles, beeswax are much better for you in your home. You have found a brand that I do like. It's Fontana. And this is one of their new scents. Lemon meringue is pretty darn yummy. So all that is in here, you guys, beeswax, coconut oil, lemon, coconut extract, and vanilla. That's it. So I feel completely comfortable burning these candles in my home now. So if you comment clean, I'll send you links to all of the things that I'm sharing and talking about. But so if you're looking for a safe candle alternative, Fontana is the one. So practical swaps, I would definitely ditch those plugins. You can open your windows. You probably have seen other people talk about burping your house, right? It's a wonderful thing to do even in the winter time, right? Opening your windows for 5 or 10 minutes and getting some fresh air circulating, it makes such a difference, right? To just kind of purge that air that has been locked up in your home. Our homes are so tight, and everything is sealed up so well, which is a good thing, but getting that fresh air is really helpful. So that burping is good. Using clean things to maybe help when you feel like you have some odors. So a couple things that I have used for years now are diffusers with essential oils. And so you can see there's one of my diffusers there. This is actually one of my favorite ones that just came out a couple months ago. And it is a rechargeable diffuser. So so it's cordless. I can take it anywhere, and there's no water. So it's great for a car. I just put my oil right here and then just turn it on, and it has different settings. I love to just take it up to my table when I'm doing my morning quiet time. If I want to use it take it into the bathroom when I'm showering, I just take it. So versatile to be able to create whatever scents you are wanting with natural essential oils. And so that is really helpful. I wanted to read this study as well, because not only do essential oils smell good when they are diffused like that, you actually have great things that happen. And this was a study that was done by Weber State University using Thieves essential oil. And it showed that the antibacterial effectiveness of Thieves blend against airborne microorganisms. So one study showed a 90% reduction in the number of gram-positive, and there's a big long fancy science word of a certain type of bacteria. I will try to say it. It's Mycococcus luteus organisms after diffusing for 12 minutes. So that was a 90% reduction in that particular bacteria after just diffusing for 12 minutes. After 20 minutes of diffusing, the kill rate of that bacteria jumped to 99.3%. So another study against another type of bacteria showed a kill rate of 99.6% after 12 minutes. So not only does your house smell good and you're not getting adverse reactions from having those scents in your home, they are actually helping your home be healthier and cleaner. So I love that study because it does show how effective they are. So having a diffuser, burning candles that are safe and aren't producing things that you don't want. So we're not removing scent, right? I love my home to smell good. I love people, coming in and saying, "Oh, it smells so good in here." That's what I want. I just don't want to be poisoning people, right? That's the shift that I'm doing. So let's talk about personal care items. I'm not going to dig in deep, but there's a component to what is in personal care items, which are often found in cleaning products too, and that is xenoestrogens. So what are xenoestrogens? They are synthetic compounds that mimic estrogen. Okay, so they're found in the parabens and phthalates that I mentioned. They're common, you guys, in deodorant and lotion, shampoo, fragrance, makeup, soap, all of those things that we're using on our skin on a daily basis. You will find them in there unless you are very intentional about looking for a product that does not have that and is a clean product. So, but those things can also be found in our cleaning products. So this study I wanted to highlight talks about how important it is to remove these from your home. So a study published in Chemosphere involved healthy female participants who eliminated personal care products containing parabens and phthalates for just 28 days. Okay, they eliminated those products that had those two components in it for 28 days. Analysis of breast tissue samples before and after this period revealed a significant reversal of cancer-associated phenotypes, including changes in the P13K-AKT-mTOR pathway. Okay, that's a big fancy thing, but autophagy and apoptic signaling networks. So these findings suggest that minimizing exposure to xenoestrogens, which are those synthetic compounds that mimic estrogen, can potentially reduce breast cancer risk. So I don't know if you're like me, but I want to reduce my risk to any type of cancer, right? And so one of the things that pointed out was this term. It had great changes in autophagy. And so maybe you don't, like, what's autophagy, Susan? So that is the body's natural cellular quality control. So it's like the cleaning process that it goes to break down damaged, old, dysfunctional mitochondria and cells. And it's kind of like cellular housekeeping. So I don't know about you, but I want my autophagy to be working pretty good so that it removes those damaged cells or cells that aren't 100% healthy, right? And so parabens and phthalates, we're done. Out you go, okay? So let's talk about a few things that I have swapped in my home that actually make my home easier to care for, simpler, easier on my budget. All of these are so doable. And like I said, you can just do a few things at a time. So personal care products, I would definitely be looking at your deodorant and making sure that it doesn't have parabens and phthalates, because that is right near this area, right? So that is one. Body lotions, your fragrance, you guys. So I love, and I didn't wear fragrance, like spray on fragrance, like perfume, for well over 12 years until recently when I found a brand that was safe to use. And it's such a joy to find that now. So I would avoid anything that just has that label fragrance on the back when you're looking at the ingredients. So anyway, so let's move on and talk about some other areas, because cleaning is kind of my jam, and I want you to be able to clean with products that aren't going to harm you, your children, your other family members, and especially your pets. Like, no, we don't want that. So laundry is a big one. So your clothes sit on you all day. When you go to bed, maybe you wear pajamas, maybe you don't. We're not going to go there, but you're laying in sheets and a nice pillow is smelling that, on your pillowcase. So you're surrounded by what you have, washed your clothes in. Towels, same thing. You're drying off your largest organ, which is your skin, with something that was washed, right? But the residue from your laundry detergent will remain on your fabric. So it's really important to know, is the laundry detergent and other things that I'm using in my laundry room, is it affecting my family in a negative way? So things to avoid. One is dryer sheets. So if you're still using dryer sheets, I would urge you, ditch that first. You don't even have to replace it with something else right now. Just stop buying them. They are so toxic, friends, just full of all kinds of synthetic fragrance, and you really don't need them, okay? The second thing is fabric softener. Also, you do not need a color tinted, make my clothes smell fresh fabric softener. You just don't. And then heavily fragranced detergents, or ones that have synthetic chemicals, those parabens and phthalates in them, or SLS in it, you don't want that. So couple things here. You're like, okay, Susan, you told me all the things I don't want. What do I want? So Young Living has a Thieves laundry detergent. I don't have the bottle to show you, but I will tell you that it's concentrate, so it's amazing. You get to use whatever amount you want, and it's a small amount. It's not a lot. And there is nothing in it. There's no parabens, no phthalates, no SLS, nothing that is going to be harmful for your family. So I love that. And it has no optical brighteners. That's another thing that's hidden in laundry detergent. So get a safe laundry detergent. That is one that we use. I also have another one that I use from another company that is a favorite. It's great. But what do I use instead of dryer sheets and fabric softener? This is my vinegar rinse. So all that's in here is white vinegar. You can use any kind of glass container you want, fill it up, and then what I like to do is add some essential oils to it so that it has a little bit of a scent, and I can choose anything I want. Lemon is fun for laundry, especially as we're kind of dipping our toes into spring right now, right? So lemon is great. You could totally add Thieves in there. Another one I love is citrus fresh or lavender. You imagine going and having some nice lavender smell that is real on your sheets when you crawl into bed. So this is great. So, and how I use this, I just pour about a half a cup in my rinse cycle when I do my laundry, and it works like a charm. So I can use it on any type of laundry I'm doing, whether it's sheets or towels or clothes. It's great. So that is one option for your fabric softener. And then for your dryer sheets, wool dryer balls. You guys, wool dryer balls are amazing, okay? So you can use them just like this. You throw about 6 to 10 in your dryer, and not only do they help keep your clothes drying quicker, which that they move the clothing around, which is great. You can actually put oil right on your dryer ball. So another way that you can add scent that isn't going to be harmful for you right in there. They don't have a chemical coating. They're not going to leave residue on your clothing. It just is so great. So anyway, and they last for years unless you have a puppy in your house. I don't even know if our dog can qualify as a puppy anymore, but she's 2.5. And she likes to sneak down into the laundry room, and if there's a dryer ball that has fallen on the floor, yeah, she thinks it's hers. So we do end up having to replace, adding more to our collection, I will say. So anyway, dryer balls are great. If you, in fact, have, people say, Susan, I like wool dryer balls, but they produce static for me. I will tell you, you're drying your clothes too long. That's what's causing the static. So try reducing the dry time that you are having. So, okay, so there are a few things that you can switch out in your laundry room. If you just did those things, massive change, friend. I'm telling you, massive. Okay. So a few other tips that you can do: cleaning your washing machine. You can simply use vinegar, or you can use the household cleaner, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. So when you haven't cleaned your washing machine, it actually kind of is going over into your clean clothes. Yeah, if that makes sense. So, okay. Another area, kitchen and bathroom. Okay, so we're going to talk about those, and the rooms that we tend to clean more aggressively. Gosh, you guys, that's where we are exposed to so much. Okay, so let's talk about that. So my absolute favorite cleaner ever is Young Living's Thieves Household Cleaner. So it's plant-based. There's none of those things we don't want. No phthalates, no parabens, no SLS, no synthetic fragrance, nothing, okay? It's a concentrate. So I get to choose how much I'm going to use of it and make different variations. It has dilution ratios all on the back, and I've got you. This is my lane, right? I have used this product for over 12 years and I absolutely love it. So no bleach, no synthetic fragrances, like I mentioned. So one of these bottles makes 20 to 30 16-ounce bottles of spray. Okay, I'll say that again. This bottle will make 20 to 30 16-ounce bottles of spray, depending on how you are diluting it. So it is so economical and so versatile. So you say, well, what can I use that cleaner on, Susan? Well, let me just tell you, almost everything in your house, literally. Floors, counter, tile, windows, mirrors, my hardwoods, I'm trying to think. I mean, literally, I've used it on my walls. I've used it on cleaning my furniture, literally everything. It is so great. So it saves money. I'm not buying multiple different products to clean different surfaces in my home. And it reduces clutter. I love that. It's like just one spray bottle. Go get the spray and a rag and you're good to go. It is so easy. So it works because it breaks down dirt, not because, you know, you are covering it up with something else. So Thieves Cleaner is amazing. So another one that I love, and I only have about 5 things that I clean literally everything in my house with, okay? So if you want to go to the decluttering method, this is it. The next thing that I absolutely love is this kitchen and bath scrub. So we all love I was old school, Comet. That was what I used for years and years, but you guys, it's full of icky things that we don't want in our home. So this one is not. It's a mineral-based scrubbing agent. There's no chlorine bleach, no synthetic fragrance, and it's powerful without the harsh fumes. And so this stuff is like magic, literally. You can use it on bathtubs, in tile, in grout, sinks, soap scums, toilet. And I even, when I have burned something on a pan, I will use this. And I'm not worried if there's even a tiny bit of residue left in that pot or pan. Like, there's nothing in here that is going to be harmful. That is such a relief to me. So anyway, so it's great. You can use this scrub. You can make a little paste with a little bit of your cleaner if you have something that you really need to get, you know, and have abrasive. It's amazing. So there is that. And then next I wanted to touch on the Thieves dish soap. So it is also a concentrate. So why does having a dish soap that isn't full of artificial color, parabens, phthalates, SLS, why does it matter? Okay, so you're like, yeah, I wash my dishes and I'm getting it on my hands and whatever, but what about the residue left on your dishes? How about your baby bottles that you're washing, or your, you know, utensils for your little ones? Like, I want those to be clean. I don't want them to have anything left on it that could be harmful, right? And I am so grateful to have this product. So, and if you are washing a lot of dishes by hand, you'll want to know it's so gentle on your hands. You aren't going to have cracked and peeling hands. It's not going to be damaging like that. So again, it's concentrated. It is super effective on grease, which is great. I will actually clean my stovetop and put a few drops of that as I'm cleaning my gas stovetop with a sponge, and it is such an amazing degreaser that I just use that with a little bit of water and wipe it up with a cotton rag. It's so simple. So, and again, no synthetic fragrances. So you can use it for dishwashing, soaking pans. Here's a tip for you. It is a great stain pre-treatment for your laundry. So if you have something on a clothes and you're not sure quite what it is, I will try a little drop of this on there. It's great for stains that seems like every time my grandkids are here, I'm like, oh no, they spilled, they have something on their clothes, and I want to wash it right off. And so I will put a little bit of this dish soap on that stain, and it works like a charm. So, so next I'm going to talk about another kind of like, I feel like an unsung hero product, which is the Thieves Fruit and Veggie Soak. Okay, so this was made for us to soak our produce in when we bring it home from the grocery store, whether you're buying conventional or organic, right? I want to clean my produce before I'm going to eat it. And so just a little bit, again, this is a concentrate in a bowl of water. Soaking your produce removes chemically residue, dirt, all of that stuff that we don't want. And it helps get off the wax. Like those apples always have that wax on them. It's so irritating. So I soak our apples in this, but it just helps remove whatever water won't do alone. So, but I also have a lot of sneaky things that I use this for. So I use this in my laundry stripping recipe. It works amazing. So it's a booster because it has some essential oils in there. They work like an enzyme. So they are so good. It's amazing for soap scum. So if you have glass shower doors or tile and you're like, I can't get rid of this soap scum, this is the unsung hero. So I actually, you may have seen this in one of my reels. You can kind of go through here. But this is my secret weapon to caring for my shower without having to use a lot of elbow grease. So get yourself a wand like this, okay? And then you simply fill up a quarter of this with Thieves Household Cleaner concentrate, a quarter with Thieves dish soap, a quarter with the fruit and veggie wash, and then you top it off with water. You guys, this is simply amazing. So I just wipe down my shower glass or my tile, I would say maybe twice a week, you know, either right before I'm stepping into the shower or when I'm done showering, and then I rinse it off. And I have not had to go in and scrub my shower ever since I started doing this because it's so effective. So that is your little tip for that. Also, I keep this little jar underneath my sink. It is the fruit and veggie wash, just a little bit in here that has some water. So it's already diluted. And I will use this as a spray, and this is a spray treatment for laundry. So if I have something that I see that needs a little squirt, I can do that too, because it is amazing as well for any kind of food stain or whatever, because it has that same enzyme power. So it's really helpful. Or if I just want to wash off maybe one apple or just some random pieces of fruit, then I have this ready available to go as well. So anyway, so let's kind of circle this back around and kind of give you, yes, tiles near the toilet, Lindsay. Oh my gosh, yes, I know, especially for you boy moms that are like, the toilet area is crazy, right? Okay, so some practical things that you can take away right now is, if you're still using plugins, I would urge you to not. Just remove them, do not use them, find something else, because they are literally poisoning you and your family. Those synthetic fragrances are no bueno, okay? The next thing I would suggest is look at your laundry room and what you're using to wash your clothes with. What detergent are you using? Are there parabens and phthalates in it? Can you get rid of your dryer sheets or your fabric softener? Can I switch to vinegar? Those are some simple swaps. Using my handy shower thing, right? That's gonna save you time, right? And you're gonna have a clean shower, which is great. Those are some things that are really simple. So if you're looking like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to, make a shift and kind of replace several things at once, then there is, many of these products come in a little bundle. And so you save up to 50% by grabbing those items in a bundle. And if you're a new customer, you can save 10% as well. So you'll get these cleaners that I talked about. It's just kind of like the easy button. And don't we need the easy button sometimes? So if you're interested in looking at the cleaning products that I talked about in that bundle, just comment clean. I'll send you the link. I'll also share the candle company link there as well. But I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, I can't get that bundle right now. What can I do? I want you to think, what can I do? What can I switch out right now or do differently so that my home is going to be a cleaner space for my family? And when I say cleaner, I'm talking about the air, right? What we're putting on our bodies, those kind of things. So one of the things I love about Young Living is that I don't have to read all of the ingredients, because it can be very time consuming to have to go from store to store or website to website and read all the ingredients. I feel safe and I'm confident that the products that I'm getting are going to be great for my family. And I have built that confidence over 12 years I've used their products. So anyway, so that bundle, the easiest way to start. I hope that you learned something today that just gave you food for thought, because it really does matter what we're using in our home. So if you're coming in on the tail end, this live was going to stay here on my feed. You're welcome to watch it. Go back to the beginning. But again, if you want any of the links about what I talked about, just comment clean and I will send them over. And if you have other questions, just DM me. So, but here is to better health for you and your family, because it really does matter. I'm proof, because if I hadn't changed some things in my home, I don't know that I would be 59. I'm almost going to be 59 and literally feeling the best, better than I did in my 20s. So there's something to be said for that.